first rate is out. 18,120 is where the Nifty has opened at. But look at the market breadth. That really is the highlight for me. 1,300 stocks advancing to just 272 stocks declining. And that's telling me that perhaps the mid-cap index and the small-cap index are likely to be outperforming versus the frontline index. Sensex 2 opened with a gain of around 0.3%. A lot of names which are doing well, but sectorally speaking, it seems to be the PSU banking names which are starting with a green tick. You also have the metal names, etc., which are holding up comfortably in the green. Let's talk stock specific and see which are the big movers. Starting with RVNL itself, because it's open with a 5% gain. Adani Green is also sitting higher by around 4% on account of result reaction. Blue Star, which is going to consider a bonus issue come May 4th, is seeing a reaction of around 4%. IDFC First Bank, the numbers were great. Saw an upgrade coming in from Morgan Stanley, so a 3% gain coming in there. Then you also have the likes of IRB and Aarti Drugs, which are reacting positively. Aarti Drugs, of course, reported its numbers. You also had other stocks which are moving on account of the updates coming in. Hero MotoCorp, for instance, is down 3% after the monthly booking failed to infuse the market, so almost a 2 to 3% cut coming in there. RBL Bank, the numbers were a bit mixed, so 2% cut coming in there. Zomato is starting on the back foot today, so 1.4% lower. CEAT, Coforge, all of these stocks seem to be reversing the kind of gains that they had made last week. L&T Financial Holdings is also result reaction. We are seeing a cut of almost 1% there. And SBI Card 2 is seeing a downtick, a mild downtick at that. Not big movers this morning. And even if you look at the volume buzzers, it's the likes of IDFC First Bank. Let's pull up Kotak Mahindra Bank as well, because the numbers were quite solid, but it's just that the market is not giving it a thumbs up, given the fact we have seen that there would be a CEO transition happening. So pretty much flat for Kotak Mahindra Bank. Ultratech Cement 2, wherein the numbers were a bit higher than expectations, should be getting perhaps a thumbs up, or okay, just a flat lining as far as Ultratech Cement is concerned. Let's look at some of the oil marketing companies as well. Reliance Industries, ONGC, MRPL, Chennai Petro. The GRMs had crashed quite meaningfully. So let's watch out for these names as well. Again, separately, Vedant Fashions, wherein the revenue was up around 15%, but the margin was flat. So pretty much flat reaction coming in for the counter as well. Not other big movers that I can spot at this time or at this point, Avan, but looks like Hero MotoCorp, when the numbers were much lower than expectation and the sale was down on a year-on-year basis, is getting a bit of dropping this morning.
Yeah, and then there's Bajaj Auto as well to react to right now, as the April auto sales are trickling in at 3.31 lakh units. I think that's pretty healthy that they've reported, given that we were working with an expectation of about 3.14 lakh units. So that's the total sales number, which has seen a bump up from last month of 2.9 lakh units. Let's get in a view from our chartists then. What's the view, Kunal? What are you looking at on the screen?
So it seems like a good start for the indices. Again, 70 point on the Nifty, but we are closer to that 18,200 mark. So I think the closer we are towards that level, it could be a point where I would look to start booking out profits. In fact, the opening trade which I would be looking out for would be to try and book profits on L&T. That's a stock which I initiated a buy, I think at 2,200, 2,220 levels, almost a week and a half out back. So that's a zone. I think at current levels of 150 points from those levels, it's a good time to try and book out profits and then maybe go back towards the traditional larger cap names over here.
Okay, so that was the first trade, book profits on L&T. Naresh, what about you?
That would be a buy on Tata Power. The stock has done nothing for a long period of time. It's given a small breakout in the near term. So keeping a stop loss at 199 and taking it for a move towards 210 and 230 in the short term.